Hello everyone, and welcome to a special day here on Make Your Mind. As you can see, today is April 26th, or known as 4/26, which, for those of you who are big fans of this certain franchise, today is Alien Day. So I'm going to be doing a special feature for everyone here watching this video today, so please stay tuned, and for you cheaters out there, I'll leave a timestamp in the description for when this sculpture is actually done. But if you want to see the process and how this all works, I'm going to be creating for you in real time from these little jumbles of clay right here, and maybe a couple extras that I bring in. I'm going to be making the head of the big chap alien from the original 1979 movie. As you can see, I've got some gorgeous ambience in the background. And with this Alien Day, let's get started. So I'm going to start off simply with the black. The original Alien that was created in 1979. The movie was directed by Ridley Scott and written by a man named Dan O'Bannon. He came out with the original ideas when he created a movie called Dark Star back in the mid-1970s that was actually meant to be scarier, but it was actually more of a space comedy. It was quite a funny movie. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Dark Star, but it's like Alien, but funnier, and instead of being chased by the thing that we know today, they're being chased essentially by a painted beach ball. It's a pretty funny aspect, so if you're ever curious, look up the movie Dark Star. But it was actually Dan O'Bannon, the writer and the creator of Alien, essentially, well, he was the one who started the whole thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create the base where the head is going to start. As you know, the xenomorph has the elongated head. And then as this video comes along, there will be some cards popping up in the top right here of sculptures that I've done in the past on this channel for alien sculptures I've done, because I've done the full big chap before. I've also done the egg, the face hugger, the chest burster, and I even did the queen alien herself. And I even did a couple of weapons like the flamethrower, the pulse rifle, and the motion trackers from Aliens and the game Alien Isolation, so definitely go check it out. Those videos will be popping up on the card if you want to check them out here, but if you want to keep watching, let's continue on. So the head has a lot of details. A lot of details. So what I'm doing is I'm simply just getting this all warmed up and creating a simple base from which the head will begin. And then this will sweep towards the back. You may not know what this looks like at first, but just bear with me. This is just the beginning. And then now we're going to start off with some of the details. We're going to start off with the lower jaw. Now the original Alien, the big chap, actually had a lip that went around its mouth, that it would lift its lips up, show its teeth, open its mouth, and then the second jaw would come out. Or what is known in the actual animal kingdom is a pharyngeal jaw. Because actually, moray eels actually have pharyngeal jaws. Basically a second jaw inside of the mouth that basically the mouth clamps down and then the second jaw bites off pieces as it goes. So let's see here. So the mouth is going to sweep up like this and back. And then it's going to curl in just like this. It has a very square front. It's going to look just like that. And there's the beginning of that, and then I'm going to start with the upper jaw. So the upper jaw is going to come down like this. Now this is the first jaw, not necessarily the second one. Like I said, I've been a massive fan of the Alien franchise for most of my life. I was shown the first Alien movie when I think I was about 9 years old. It was actually my cousin. We stayed up late at night, and he actually showed me the movie Alien, and it absolutely scared me to death. It made me afraid of the dark, and that was one of the great things about that movie, is that it made you afraid of the unknown. It was more of a terror movie than a horror movie. It's one hell of a movie. If you haven't had a chance to see Alien yourself, please give yourself about 2 hours of your time and just go see it. It is as scary, especially if it's late at night and there's no lights on. Get the full Alien experience. Alright, so what I'm doing here, sorry, I need to keep it in camera. I'm actually starting to make some of the teeth. So I'm going to make the teeth a slightly different color, because the teeth in the original Chap were they were very similar to, they were just gray in color. So I'm going to offer a little bit of different color. And start rolling and just making some of these teeth real quick. And then this bit right here is going to be for the pharyngeal jaw, which eventually comes out, which I can actually probably go ahead and make right now. So what I'll do is I'll start off, it's not going to be the entire piece, but it's going to stick out partially. I have to say, when I, just real quick, before I quiet down, for those of you who weren't, for those of you who were wondering what was going on, why I hadn't posted a video in a while, I was actually on a trip down to the Florida Keys. And I had an absolute blast. So if you want to check out my Instagram, I actually posted a couple pictures on there of where I was and just how beautiful of a place the Florida Keys is. I went down to Key West, went to the islands of Isla Morada, Tavernier, Key Largo, down towards Marathon. It was very, very gorgeous down there. I hadn't been there in a very long time. And I was very happy that I had the chance and the opportunity to go down there again. It was a blast. And certainly won't be the last time I go to the Florida Keys, that's for sure. That place left a pretty big impression on me. I hadn't been there since I was a kid, so it was really good to get back there. Just gorgeous water, tons of fish, and just awesome people. It has these sort of ribbed sections. Go, that's the start. Let's go ahead and make some of the teeth. And of course, for those who don't know, the original Alien design was actually created by a Swiss artist named Hans Rudi Giger, also known as H.R. Giger. If you look at his book Necronomicon and you look at Necronome number 4, it's a very I will say it's a very provocative painting for sure. But that is where Ridley Scott, the director of Alien, actually got the inspiration for the look of the creature that we all know as the icon that is the xenomorph today. Hans Rudi Giger, he was a disturbed man, and he was always afraid of his visions, and man, boy did that scare people on the screen. I wish I could have been there to see the line around the block, around the Egyptian Theater in Los Angeles, to see people freaking out about Alien, seeing it for the first time, and hearing about how people how people in the crowd were getting up and leaving, but not because they hated the movie, but because they were just so startled by it. So there we go, I'm making the jaw, and I'm using some of this gray here in order to make, because on the original Alien, of course it had the teeth, and then the lips, and then it also had these weird sort of like stretchy, sort of almost like tendons or muscles or something that held everything together. There we go, that's a good start. Sorry about that, I'm peeking my head around the camera so that I can see. And for those of you who are seeing this, thank you so much for tuning in. This is a much longer video than usual because this is literally me making this sculpture of the alien's head from start to finish. So thank you all for tuning in. I'm not going to talk too much more. As you can see, the head is already starting to come into shape. Got the long, sharper teeth that come through here. Here we go. This is getting good. All right, and then that's going to basically go right into there, you see? And it's starting to come together. Starting to already, and we've only just begun. Here we go, I'll turn the ambience. Well, I'll turn it back up again. There we go. I'm just being very weary. I typically do these videos in one take, so if a YouTube ad plays in the middle of it, I do apologize. Something I can't really help. It's actually quite fascinating to see that even as alien as this creature is, the way the xenomorph sort of gestates and everything is actually mimicked in nature itself here on Earth. For if you ever know if you know in the insect world, there's these certain insects that are called endoparasitoids. They're essentially insects that incubate themselves inside another living creature. And that'd be anything from jewel wasps to botflies to all kinds of stuff. And many a times, sometimes they incubate even inside of us. I mean, especially like botflies. People who get bit by botflies all the time, they end up having their eggs embedded in the skin, which is extremely, well, terrifying. But also kind of fascinating, to be honest. Alright, so now this is going to be the main dome. This is a mix of some black and green, or black and white, that I had mixed together, and it still hasn't quite mixed yet, but I do love the swirl sort of look. Of course, you've seen that on many of the sculptures I've done on my channel, and I will be replicating that today. Of course, the head sweeps back kind of like this. Starts off and then comes up kind of like this, and then I'm going to bend this out. So there's the start of the dome. Now the main thing is I got to build some substantial structure. Let me put the finished pieces up here. This is really, really good ambient sound added with a little bit of hints of the music. So if you want to hear this yourself, I'll leave a link down in the description below for Armchair Ambience. It has the sort of ambience of the ship mixed with a little bit of the music. It sounds very similar to what's actually in the film. There we go, just going back to the picture. Okay, so the head's going to sweep up, and then this section is actually going to go sort of underneath of the jawline. It comes up this way. It's essentially going to be the structure for the head, and then it comes back like this. It was a little too big, hold on. Break that off, break this back a little bit. This part doesn't have to be super detailed, because I'll be adding many of the details, because there's a lot of tubes and things that come off of the creature's head that I will be adding on. So let's add this to the back. Now you see it's starting to come together. And the head gets a little wider in the back, and the dome sweeps back like this. Oh, look at that already. This is looking good. Okay, now we're going to get started on some of the real details. So we're going to be getting some of the tubes that come off the back. So there's two tubes that come off of the side of the mouth right here. There we go, that's a good start. There's also tubes that come around the base of the dome back here. Come around just like that. There's also these sort of ribbed details coming down this tube like this. And once again, I'm not editing this video. This is all in one take. And if a YouTube ad pops up in the middle of this video, in the middle of the music, I am going to be very angry. But bear with me. I will soldier on if such a thing happens. Because that's just how YouTube is. They don't put the little yellow line underneath where the ads are going to be anymore. They just kind of spring them on spontaneously, which is extremely annoying, YouTube. If you're actually paying attention to this little channel of yours, put the yellow tickers back where the ads are going to be. Don't just randomly put them on. That's very, very annoying. Okay, so there's the start of that. And there's going to be a sort of large base that goes from here to there. And then there's going to be oh, and by the way, if you are watching up to this point, thank you very much. The clay that I'm using for this is indeed the Sculpt baking clay. So this is a clay that can actually harden and can be baked and hardened in the oven. And it's one of the things I actually plan to do with this. There we go, that puts that in. And now this sort of... God, there's a lot of little tubes and stuff coming off of this creature. As you can see, the head detail is really starting to come in. I gotta smooth out the dome a little bit. Smooth it out, there we go. Smooth down, make the front a little better, round it off. There we go, that is coming around. And then let's see, there's two other tubes that come off the back. I'm using a picture of a NECA action figure as a reference. And actually that's something I actually I stumbled upon at my local Walmart the other day. If I get a chance during this video, I think I'll go and grab it. I found the NECA Big Chap limited edition alien from this very movie, and it's the figure from NECA that actually comes with the egg, the face hugger, the chest burster, and the big alien itself. That's the nickname, I guess, that the studio that Pinewood Studios actually came up with the alien, was the Big Chap, because many of them were British. Alright, now I'm going to take some of the gray and I'm going to make the lips and some of the tendons that come off the mouth here. There's a lot of them. So it's kind of thick in the middle. I think it's thinner on the ends. God, I just remember that scene where the engineer Brett is looking for Jonesy the cat, and he finds Jonesy, but then out of the rafters in the sort of like, it looks like a big cooling room, like a big air conditioning room, because there's rain falling and there's chains everywhere. Let's see here. Man, I'm really running out of gray. Let me take some gray off the back here. That will not ruin the shape of the figure at all. There we go. So now I'm making the lips. So the lips of this thing kind of sweep down. So I need to disconnect those right there. And then, here we go. The lip widens out like this and comes around the front like so. And then, here we go. God, those little sounds. I must say, when I was absolutely gobsmacked when I played Alien Isolation the first time. That was the first true Alien game where you actually have to survive against this thing. And it was the first time, at least since I've played an Alien game for sure, that it was an Alien game that was actually scary. I mean, yes, there were some scary bits in some of the other Alien games for sure, but there's nothing scarier than that alien from Alien Isolation. That's one of the games I still haven't even beaten, just because it's so difficult. Because you have to hide, you have to use noisemakers, you have to use all kinds of stuff to distract the alien and get around it. Then you have to watch for it when it's in the vents. Oh gosh, it is literally my nightmare. There we go, and then the lips kind of sweep back around like this. There we go. It's starting to come along, so now I'm going to replicate some of the details on the other side. Let's turn that down a little bit. There we go. I gotta make sure. I gotta repeat the details on the other side. This sweeps down. This bit comes around and back just like that. So far, so good. One thing I will say about this Sculpey clay is that it likes to stick to my hands a lot, especially when I make some of the smaller pieces. Then that flips around just like that. Add a little more. As you can see, I'm putting the clay in my arm finger right back, like here. And there we go. It goes back, and then I grab a little piece, put it back. This clay is very, very soft at the moment. Easily malleable. Okay, and then I got the two tubes on this side, so I got to replicate those on the other side. I just love, like I said, the Alien franchise is my absolute favorite franchise, and funny enough, if it wasn't for the popularity of Star Wars, Alien would never exist. Because it turns out that when Star Wars became a big hit in 1977, at the movie studios, 20th Century Fox, the only script on their desk that was a science fiction movie that they wanted to make. The only movie that was there was Alien. And man, here we go. Come on, you see that? You see how that's going? You see how that's sticking to my finger? Quit sticking to my finger. There you go. All right, for you little cheaters, this is your timestamp. Let me just clear all this off. We are 35 minutes in. And here is the finished alien head. This is the video that I made of it making it from start to finish. Not half bad. Just did it all by hand. Jeez, look at that. As a matter of fact, let me sit this down for a second. Let me prop it up real quick. There we go. Let me go get something real quick. This is what was left of the original alien sculpture that I did on this channel. As you can see, I got the teeth, I got the little tubes and everything, but what do you think? From this to this, quite a bit of a difference, huh? It's cool looking, huh? This is too cool. And then when I'm going to pause this real quick. I will be right back. Just a second. Okay, I'm back. Let me go ahead and move these over here for just a half a second. You can sit right here. And check this out. This was the find that I had at Walmart. If you can see it. This is the Alien Big Chap Ultimate Edition by NECA Wheel Toys. This is a very, very detailed figure. It comes in this basically this cardboard box here. Let's see if I can't back the camera up just a little bit. There we go. So here it is. Then when you flip it open, there it is. As you can see, you got the face hugger right here. There's the egg. And then up here, you got the chest burster. An incredible detail, just like that. Then there's the alien. Look at that. Gotta say, look at the head on the NECA sculpt. Of course, you can see the dome is transparent and it has the lines. Body going all the way down. Sorry about the glare. Really just can't really help it though. Ooh. Man, that's a big box. And then right there, let me flip this around. There's the picture of the actual creature. The original Big Chap. Look at the fingers. How they're split. Like that. You got the long tail with the sharp barb. This thing was a serious find. Found it in the clearance rack. Found it in the clearance rack at Walmart. I can't even believe it. So with that, this concludes the video for celebrating Alien Day, April 26th. I hope you all have had a fantastic day. This is my contribution to Alien Day. I hope you all enjoy it. This is my sculpture of Big Chap, the original alien head from 1979. With the Sculpey clay, with it I will more than likely, I will harden up. Now the one thing that I couldn't do, considering it was a transparent dome, was do the eyes of the skull that are inside the dome. But I have to say, what do you think? Compared to the toy, that's not half bad, huh? It's got all the tubes and everything. Goes down just like that. And there we go. And with that, content is going to be coming back on the channel. Tune in soon enough for the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger. It's almost done. Or at least the video is. The sculpture's done, but the video I haven't recorded it yet. So just bear with me. That's coming out soon. And with that, happy Alien Day. And don't forget, if you enjoy content on this channel, don't forget to leave a like down below. Leave a comment if you have any viewer requests. And remember to subscribe. And hit that bell for notifications, so you don't miss the next video. This one was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing, but now I'm really happy that I did it. That's a really cool looking sculpture. So you can kind of see how I do it from start to finish. And as you can see, it's taken a while. I did it quicker. I could probably do it with more detail and a little more finesse, but I wanted to try to do it in one video. And who knows? With this channel, there is no limit. I can always revisit sculptures from the past. So with that, thank you all so much for watching this video. I will see all of you on the next video here on Make Your Mind.